Всем привет, меня зовут Макс, продолжаем прохождение игры Vampyr. В прошлом видео мы шли до Аскалона, вот мы наконец-то пришли. Это ты пошел, да, хрен, который там стоял? Посмотрим, что она там скажет. Там окошко мелкое сейчас открывается.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Что-то вы тут, блядь, жрали, что ли?
Welcome to the Ascalon.
А, с тобой нельзя
There has been
поболтать.
quite a battle here.
Битва.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed.
Так. Что здесь есть? Говорит, как это зеленая трава, деревья и солнце. Погоди-ка, что-то мне это... А это что здесь? Это выход, что ли? Ёптань. Зачем? Мне кажется... А, это та другая сторона, наверное. Нахрен я вышел-то? Скалон, скалон. О, а это что за дверь тут открыта? Погоди-ка. Кажется, я уже понял, что здесь. Что здесь у вас? Что-то ничего нету. Странно это все. Странно, странно. Все, кто-то уже вытащил, ограбили вас, что ли? Какой-то ножик. Тут закрыто. Значит, с той стороны. Это Аскалон, блядь. А что, всего двое, что ли? Трава, зеленая трава, солнце. Ты здесь, чмо? А, это вон там. Ну-ка, здесь что у вас? Ух ты. Денежки, может, какие-нибудь ключи валяются. Вот и ключ. Ключ от подвала Аскалон. Ключ от подвала какого-то. Что за подвал? Так, везде не те же картины, я понять не могу, подожди. А, подвал, это та дверь там внизу. Я понял. Сейчас мы там проверим. Чего там скрываете? Деньжища столько у вас здесь. Что здесь подвал? Ага. И чё? Бумажка какая-то. И, кажется, я получил удовольствие. Так. И все? Больше ничего нет? Вот подвал тебе. Ну, может, тайны какие-нибудь. Что это такое? Это я не понял. Почему я застреваю? Пошли поболтаем с этим психом. Зеленая трава, солнце и деревья, блядь. Мне кажется, это картина какая-то. Везде одни и те же, блядь, эти. Ладно, пойдем поболтаем с тобой. Что там за крендель такой?
Good evening.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End. Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the Crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
Ну, опять будете, блин, полдня болтать тут.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all scowls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
Давай, делай. Заебал ты уже. Потыкай себе палец, пиши. Ну, прическа клевая.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
Ну и чё, попиздим. Вы кто такие? Вот этот дед интересный.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider...
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by a...
My dear Dr. Reed,
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many...
Непонятно.
What can you tell me about
I would not dare speak of our chairman.
Mr. Dawson? Of Dawson and Dawson? The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figure.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose...
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan.
What do you know about the Guard of Prewin?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reed.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively.
Money cannot solve...
You're right.
What is your plan?
Quarantine and barricades are futile.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon...
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary...
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire?
That went well, did it not? It is always...
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Econ. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied scowls in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewin has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skulls.
Skulls are hostile vectors of contagion. That is a fact. But first and foremost, they are victims.
I agree, Dr. Reed. Most of the new skulls who roam the streets at night used to be good British citizens. But they must be put down nevertheless.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Интересно, кто же?
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End.
Ладно,
and I
всего.
spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This is an
Интересно, что за загадка там от бати была? Ладно, я пошел, бывай. Так, что здесь? Горожане, сейчас с этим поговорим, психом, с нашим, там уровень гипноза увеличился, надо к этой к Венере сходить. Венера.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Кто?
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte. What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste.
Even if that's partly true.
I suppose you're right. But society must...
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day...
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Econ, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Момент, сейчас будем тут.
What are you doing out here?
You mean what do I do outside at night since I am a woman?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who...
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all...
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the...
Explosives are very dangerous.
She is my best friend, and
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
recently, Emily started to believe in...
Let me guess. You spoke to her.
Oh, that would be top-notch.
What exactly?
Your name and profession, obviously. And
Does it not scare you to know?
why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe
That may be true for a naive girl.
your mother is not like any other vampire.
I believe she thinks the same about...
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you? I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy.
Что не болеет, хорошо. Так а ты куда там долбишься? Иди сюда.
Don't let any stray...
Good evening, old chap.
I won't.
Так. Нет никаких.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district.
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about that?
Not enough noise for a big family with children.
You need some rest, Clarence.
Так. Вот тут еще кто-то. Что это такое?
Happy to help.
Магазин Колхуна. Что ты продаешь, хрен? О, что тут это есть? Я могу тебя сожрать.
It's locked. It's locked. Good evening, sir. Please forgive me.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not...
Well, I must admit it's good.
Welcome, Dr. Reed.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good, eh?
Are you not
Oh, I'm sure the authorities would take the appropriate...
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimated.
Well, that's news then.
Is it not a little too late?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour.
But what about the epidemic?
Please, sir, this is London, England.
So you prefer to...
Oh, I also enjoy...
What can you tell me about this place? I must confess, I have quite...
Really? Well, I'm always happy...
Finding a good restaurant.
Oh...
Пирог, блядь.
Do you have any family near?
Not since my parents...
Really? But you seem to be such a...
I'm afraid the real hedonist has...
London's lone gourmet.
I used that name in my early years when I...
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait,
Now that you mention it, I don't see the McPhersons in my favorite restaurants. They love delicate meals too, you understand.
Thank you. It may be nothing, but
They have a house in the southern part of the district.
I may have a look at your good.
Ага. Нет, этого мне не надо, мне бы вот этот калий, шмалий. О, вот этого две надо. Так. Ну, это... Нет, ну вот в основном вот этот порошок тратится, ладно. Чем продать? Да, я бы продал вот этот ножик. Да, это тоже можно продать. О, крест. 5. Это все переработать можно, нахрен, я не буду ничего этого выкидывать. Серебряная вилка, перо. Подожди, а он ничем не болеет? Ну, дай бог тебе
I
здоровья.
understand exactly what that poet meant the other night.
Ладно, на этом закончим. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки. Всем пока.